Wah. Said ready, and then you gulp, gulp, gulp.
Yeah. I gulp, gulp, gulp. Still looks like we're out of focus.
You're just blind. You need glasses. Obviously.
Hi, everybody. I'm Janice.
I'm James.
And we're Unstable Culture.
Culture.
This is our Tuesday check-in video. Those of you who are new to the channel, our Tuesday check-in videos is where we give you a weekly update of the previous week with our mental conditions, what went on, and how we coped. If you're new, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. And my mental condition is DID, which is Dissociative Identity Disorder, and James has...
I'm a schizoaffective or paranoid schizophrenic with PTSD and manic depression.
Those are our mental conditions, and we use anime, gaming, comics, travel, and photography to help us cope with our condition. And we'll go ahead and start talking about last week.
Last week. Remember what we did last week?
We did a lot of things. I know that I did a lot of things because I was working on the website while you were checking on stuff for the 3D printing.
And I'm trying to remember, because I know I did that. I know I edited the photos for the one couples.
Yeah.
What else did I do? I don't remember what I did.
You were looking through Patreon for possible,
Well, that was the 3D printing stuff.
yeah.
I'm just trying to... Thus, I didn't really do anything last week.
Last week what I did was, created... Oh, you also helped me create the packages for the senior pictures that we're going to be doing.
Okay.
Because I came up with the list and had you check and see which pricing you liked the best. And you also gave me feedback of what I should add and take out of it. So you helped with that. Changed around the school photography part of the of our website, where it looks more cleaner and neat. Came up with a flyer for this month. Going to be doing a special on senior photography where we're giving a discounted price on the package that I got back when I was a senior in high school, and that was years ago. So we're calling that back in my day senior photos or senior pictures.
Yeah.
And then also created a flyer because we are a month away exactly from our favorite convention that we are going to be photographer vendors for, which is NDK.
Nandetsukan.
So spent last week working on that. On top of that as well, I was also working on my Sony Alpha Female grant project that I've been working on as well. So that I have 2 videos up. If you guys want to check them out, they're on our channel. One's a 1-minute video and the other is a 3-minute video. And the other thing that we did is we had played we actually did a live stream on Saturday for the D&D session.
Yep.
that turned out to be quite interesting. Not all players are too water deep yet. They're all still...
Well, one's in water deep. The other four of us, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the four of us are still pretty scattered, but some of us are closer than others. I, on the other hand, am nowhere near water deep.
No. So, the other thing that we did as well is we also applied for Life Touch photos. Or Life Touch pictures.
Yep, I both applied for the jobs over there.
Yep, we both had interviews.
I'm just waiting on my background check to go through. It looks like yours has already gone through because you already got the reply back email. He told me Wednesday, so maybe I just gotta wait till then. But yeah, you got yours already.
Yeah.
So that is going to be interesting. Us doing working with Life Touch and all that, and taking photos for school for kids for their yearbook and other stuff.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, it's been...
Oh, the one, the possible wedding on the 29th.
Yes, we also got notification that we will...
We got contacted by a gentleman that is going to be getting married on the 29th. Him and his fiancée are looking for photographers.
And our pricing was a little under their budget.
So within 2 weeks, we should know for sure, because that's when we're supposed to be meeting with them, because that's when they get back.
Yeah. So from there, that's how last week went. James was feeling pretty much down and depressed Sunday and Monday.
Yeah. One of the things that I've always counted on and I've always had that helped me cope and help was Magic the Gathering. If you guys don't know what that is, it's a trading card game, or collectible card game, I guess you could call it. It's basically the forefather of Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! And all that kind of stuff. It was out before any of them. And that's one thing that I've always felt, enjoy playing and all that kind of stuff. Unfortunately, one of the people
keep going
that we play with, I'm not sure how to say it or what to say, but they're not, what are you doing? You're way crooked, and now you're looking at the high ceiling. They're not making it fun. They complain about everything. For someone who's only been playing for a few years, and I've been playing for almost 30, the person does not. They complain about everything if they don't think something is right. Which I can understand if you don't think something is right, but to complain about it, and when someone's like, well, this is the ruling, or this is how the game is actually played, this is the ruling, and this is how the cards are designed, and all that kind of stuff. When someone with a lot of experience like myself and other people with experience more than them are all telling them, well, that's how it is, that's how the game is, that's how the game is played, that's how you do that, and everything, and then they complain, and then they go find some Reddit post or wiki post or something that meets, that goes along with what they think, even though you literally let that person win, you literally turn around and go, fine, I won't do it, you win, game's over. Doing that, and then they still turn around and complain, or they go find something that literally that doesn't really fit with what we're talking about, but it fits with the way they see things. It just isn't fun, and they complain about the decks you're playing with because they don't like them because they're too hard to play against, or they feel like they can't beat them, or whatever reasoning to complain about the deck. And it's really taken the fun out of playing a game that I've spent almost the last 30 years enjoying.
Yeah.
And it's pretty much the last thing I actually have that
It's a coping mechanism.
That's a healthy coping mechanism, and it feels like it's getting taken away because of someone's just inability to deal with the fact that they've lost or are going to lose, or just because they don't like the way the rule is or how the mechanic works doesn't mean it's wrong. And that's the problem, is that they don't like the mechanic because it's for whatever reason they think it's unbalanced or whatever, so they don't like it, so they turn around and they complain, and it's just it is what it is, and it's just it's really making it hard to want to play the game.
And one of the things that I did to help him out was yesterday, after I did some of the stuff for the business, I went ahead and was like, okay, how about we play a couple of games of Magic and try to figure out what's going on with certain decks that I've built. And James has helped me figure it out on what I need to do.
And that's, and I have fun doing that, and everything like that. I like helping new players learn, and not like she's a new player. I mean, you've been playing, I started teaching you and the kids back in
2015.
Yeah, so 6 years ago and everything like that way, and everything. And it just, yeah. And I have fun doing that, and everything like that. But when someone makes it when it's not fun anymore, when they're acting overly competitive, but they don't like it when you play competitive because they either because they lose or they don't like the mechanic. It's just it's one of those if you can't take it, then don't play. And if you can't and don't and all that kind of thing. If you can't take what it's like when when someone's playing competitive because you make them feel like they have to play competitive because of that person's attitude. If any of that makes any sense.
Basically, in all short, we like playing casual playing where we're not doing it as how it would be in a tournament, because in a tournament you got to be quick and fast. From what I've seen, I've not done a tournament myself, but from what I have seen was always being quick and fast, call the shots and everything like that, and you're given a time limit, and from that time limit it's pretty much you've got to move quickly on it.
And part of that is when I started doing competitive Magic, after high school. I started doing competitive Magic and everything like that. And with that, you can't be slow. You can't, because you literally, if you start dragging and you take too much time, you can actually get disqualified from games. Even at like Friday Night Magic stuff, if you're taking too long, if you feel like, and all that kind of stuff, you can get called out, and you literally can lose a match for it. So, and you got to be quick with things, which to some degree, but you don't have to be like crazy quick. But I mean, the issue that came up was basically I'd cast a card, I was in combat with him, I was doing damage, and I was waiting to see if he was going to do anything. And before combat ended, I played another card which modified the damage, ended up killing him. He complained about it, saying I did it wrong, and that's not right, or I'm taking another turn, or whatever. Was basically what he was saying. And myself, Janice, and our daughter all were telling him, no, that's how something like that is designed to play. And he didn't like it, so I was like, fine, I'm not playing it. Go ahead and go, you win. And that was it. I was just, and he still complained afterwards about it. And then he went and then later on, even though he won, because he complained and I wasn't in the mood to argue with him, he sends me this thing, which is a ruling about standard combat, which this wasn't standard combat, because the fact that I played a card that changed the way combat was working. And, later, and everything like that. And it's just, it's the sore loser, sore winner kind of thing. And he talks about how he's not competitive, but he is extremely competitive. And he does kind of single me out on that. Which I don't mind to some degree, but if it's not, but I don't mind when it's not fun. When you start taking the fun out of the game, when it's a game, it's supposed to be fun. If you're not, and I'm sorry, but if you're taking the fun out of it, then it's not worth playing.
Yeah, and like last night, we had a match where all I was getting was nothing but lands that I kept putting down and waiting to be able to play something. And that game turned out to be very interesting, didn't it?
Yeah, we ended up going, like, I could have killed her way earlier than what we actually did, and we literally went through a cycle of basically the same thing. 6 turns? 6 whole rounds?
I think we went 8.
Where literally it was the same thing over again. She would attack with something, and you know, she would have turned around and she attacked with the same 2 characters. I would block, allowing one character to die, and I would take damage from the other one purposely, and I'd go down in life, but then my turn I'd go back up in life, and the creature that died ended up coming back, and it was a cycle over and over and over again.
It was entertaining, it was fun.
Yeah.
Because I did give him the choice yesterday of that we can just play Magic, because Monday nights we're trying to get back into our Monday night streaming of Magic. And I asked him yesterday if he wanted to do that, and he was like, I am not in the best mood to be streaming right now. And I said, okay, that's fine. We can just go ahead and play Magic and get it all set up and have some fun with it, which we did. We had fun.
Yeah, and that's what Magic is. It's supposed to be fun. It's a game. It's not supposed to be stress where because someone can't handle or doesn't want or doesn't understand the concept. I mean, if you've only been playing for a few years, questioning someone who's been playing for 30 years is just bad. To me, it's just, it's bless you, bless you, bless you. It's bad manners. It's bad, you know. It doesn't show any respect. And all that. And I hate to use the term, but he was acting like a millennial. You know, complaining when things didn't go their way, and it's yeah. And I played in groups before. We played in groups before where I felt, you know, where people felt like, you know, oh, got, you know, single the person out with the most, you know, thing. And I get that, but they also, but in those groups, you know, there wasn't all that questioning and complaining about, you know, well, why did you do this or whatever, you know. There wasn't any complaint. It wasn't all the complaining about when I would let them win, and even if they didn't know I let them win, I would let people win, because it's more about having fun than winning to me.
Yeah, and that's what we like to do. Is when it comes to gaming, we play just for the fun. We don't play for the competitiveness. We play for the fun, and we play other games besides video games. We like board games and such, and we enjoy doing those kind of things. And yes, that is a way for us to cope, and I don't want James to feel like he's losing one coping mechanism that he has had for the longest time.
Because, yeah, I mean, I've been playing this since, well, actually middle school is when I first started playing, in 93.
So,
I mean, yeah, and, you know, that was 28 years ago, basically, when I started playing it. And I've taken time off from it for a couple times and everything like that, and I stopped playing competitive Magic because of some of the stuff that's gone on with the whole community. But yeah, this whole situation is just, it's someone who, if they're acting literally like, you know, well, if it's not the way they think it should be, then it's wrong. And, well, just like in life, I mean, you know, just because it isn't the way you want it to be doesn't mean it's wrong. And that's the biggest thing, is just they're taking the fun out of something that has been fun for 28, almost 30 years.
Yeah. And I enjoy it, and I have fun, and it's like I told James, in regards for me playing Magic, it gives me an idea when he has these amazing decks, is what I'm going to say they are, because he's got a strategy behind these decks that he builds, and he has it in mind of, okay, this is what I want the deck to do. And I really haven't been building decks that long, and I'm still new to building decks and stuff. And it's like I built my first commander deck and got it completed, just almost completed, because I'm still waiting on one card.
Yeah. We're waiting for a card to get here, and that's a whole other issue with.
But I supplemented the cards that I was waiting for with different cards, and it still works. And I'm like, wait a minute, which card did I put in? Which one do I need to take out? Type situation. And it just makes it really fun and interesting. And I was building it. I build these decks to see if they can be competitive as his decks. And when I started building my decks, I started off with building an elf deck to go against his zombie deck, which do the mechanics.
So we have there are similar mechanics. My zombie deck, there's a token, basically, or a populate deck, and her elf decks most of her decks are very much populate style and stuff like that. Mine's a little bit different because mine feeds off of other people's graveyards and all that. But yeah, it's
we have fun doing it, and don't want that spirit to be taken away.
Yeah.
And so, as you can see right here, today we actually bought some more Magic cards because we are trying to complete our whole set.
We're trying to complete the set of the Adventures in Forgotten Realms. And we're only missing what they call the art stat cards, which are basically old classic, or basically are the classic art from the old books and stuff like that of Dungeons and Dragons. And some of them have, when you flip them over, have the stats of like the monster and stuff like that. Some of them don't. But yeah, those are the only thing we're missing out of the full set. And we bought a box. Hopefully, I don't think we'll complete it, but I'm pretty sure we'll get pretty close.
Some. So we're gonna after our video, we're gonna be going ahead and opening them and checking and everything like that, and
yeah,
because we had fun trying to complete this set, and this was a set that we wanted.
We both play in D&D and everything like that. I played D&D for quite a while and stuff like that. And I stopped playing for a really long time because of the fact that didn't have anybody to play with.
And I played a couple of times with the group that I was involved with that also got me into LARPing. And I started LARPing with this group when the kids were really young, and we had fun. I had fun LARPing and knowing how to play, and learned a little bit more thanks to my friends from high school that got me into it and taught me a little bit with D&D and the playing the mechanics and everything like that. So yes, it was very fun, entertaining, and I enjoyed it. And the group slowly came apart when the place that our gathering place got sold and had to find another location, and the main person who was help running the LARPing session and everything had passed away, and the group just kind of slowly separated and went different ways, and we still kept in touch with each other. The friend that got me into it, he's got his own little shop down in Lakewood with his wife and does D&D and magic there, and like to check it out sometimes. But it all depends on when we've got time, because we're so busy with our business and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it's like places that we like to go to for certain things, like for our D&D stuff. Ran into another one of my friends that was also part of the group and went to high school with both of these friends that got me into it, and I've simply enjoyed it because I have fun. And not only do I have fun, but some of my other personalities also have fun with it, because sometimes one will come out and act out when we were LARPing and stuff like that. It just made it very interesting. So D&D and magic, especially with it being combined together, was an excitement for both me and James, because it's stuff that we love to do.
Yeah.
And it's actually our first set together that we have collected.
Yeah. I mean, I've collected sets before. I mean, I've lost cards over the years because of roommates and stuff, like a roommate and all that, but this is our first set together. We're almost done with it. It'll be awesome.
Yep, and we have it in a book.
Yep.
And
but that's kind of it right now.
Yeah, that is kind of it right now. And
obviously next week, depending on how things go with the whole life touch and all that kind of stuff, the video might be delayed. We don't know yet.
We'll either film it the night before, or
it might be a Wednesday. We'll let you guys know when it comes up. Yeah,
we'll find out and everything like that. So, but at this point, that is it. The rest of this week is just once everything is set in motion and we've got all of the paperwork done and everything like that. James is still waiting on his.
Yeah, he told me I wouldn't probably get it until Wednesday, so.
Yeah. So from there, I know that if all of the paperwork goes through and everything like that, then we will be starting our training Thursday.
Yeah.
From 8 to 4, and then so on afterwards. So that's pretty much how this week is going to go. I've got some promoting that I need to do, and then reach out to some of the wedding vendors and stuff on Facebook and everything like that. So there's a lot of things that's going to be working on, and then also starting on another Sony Alpha Female Grant project submission. On top of that, I am also going to be working on another Sony Vlog Challenge.
Yeah, the Vlog Challenge. I gotta look that up.
Yeah. So that's another one that's going to be taking our time, my time especially, for this year, this August, and keep making sure that my advertisement for the senior pictures this month is going to be going.
Because they got a thing on the 15th about an event.
So at this point, don't forget to check out our links below. Our Facebook, Instagram, our website, and Twitter, also Twitch and stuff once we start getting back into streaming. And then don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe, and we'll see you guys next week.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.